Positions 50. The Chiefs to kick off. Won the toss, deferred, and 5-yard line. Luke Wattenberg, who had taken every snap this season, now on injured reserve. Nix retreats, looks downfield, has some time, checks it down underneath, and starts with a 9-yard gain on a pass to R.J. Harvey, having a great rookie season. Tackled there by Nick Bolton.
And that's like an example of it right there. In years at Denver, he relied on his feet. If the first receivers.
And well seasoned, played 61 games as a starter in college, at Auburn, and then at Oregon. Second and short to pick up the game's first down on a 6-yard carry to the 50-yard line by Harvey, tackled there by Chris Jones.
And with J.K. Dobbins out, R.J. Harvey has had the second level with him only being 5'8".
Really emerged. Of course, Dobbins was the main guy. He got hurt about halfway through the season. And Harvey in contention for Offensive Rookie of the Year. First down from the midfield stripe. Nix to the outside. That's caught. And that's a 7 or 8 yard pickup here for Michael Bandy. Second and short.
Steve Spagnuolo, the game. I think he's top 3 this year in blitz rate. Pressure rate's not been great. It's been an area that, through some injuries, they've had to protect their corners, not blitzing as much because of that, so they have to keep their safeties back. You wonder how they'll approach Sean Payton and Bo Nix tonight. Again, with the injuries to the corners, especially Trent McDuffie.
Line up here with Prentice as the fullback to lead the way, but getting stuffed at the line of scrimmage is Harvey for no gain that time. Christian Fulton comes up from the secondary to knock him down. Third and a due. He is, I think. 3rd and 2. McLaughlin is now the back on 3rd down. Pass to the outside. Little blocking out in front. And Harvey turns it into a first down, taken out of bounds there by Brian Cook.
He's got the option to hand that off in an RPO, maintaining that block to give Harvey a shot to the first down.
Franklin, old teammate of Nix at Oregon. This time they give it to McLaughlin. And the number 2 back, or actually maybe even 3rd behind Tyler Bidet, gets tripped up after a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down.
Out Nix, Cortland Sutton, the running backs. You mentioned Wattenberg, the center out. Alex Forsythe getting the start. Boy, they have such continuity, and they do such a good job in run blocking and pass pro.
That was a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4. Line up in the pistol. Nix on the run, throws, caught, and a first down. Troy Franklin, again, his old teammate with the Ducks, picks up the first, and that's 3 first downs on this drive thus far for the Broncs.
Another good decision by the defense. 4 of 4, distributing, mixing run with pass, different formations, personnel groupings. Looks really good so far here for Denver.
4.5 minutes into the game. Harvey taken down at about the 22-yard line. Once again, Brian Cook. Coming here in 2013, got to the playoffs. We're bounced from the playoffs on the last day of the 14th season, and ever since, you know what's happened.
Yeah, I mean, we think of Patrick Mahomes, but we're going all the way back to Alex Smith. Into his tenure, they were still winning games.
Who mentored Mahomes?
That's right.
2nd down and 7 to the outside. That pass is caught, close to a first down. They're going to mark it a little bit short. Lil Humphrey, I'm sorry.
To the left, and Bo Nix seeing it, very decisive, does a nice job of finding the space. Again,
10th play of the drive, 3rd down 1. He'll keep it himself and pick up a 4th first down. Again, getting behind Alex Forsythe, talking about Wattenberg had played every snap this season. Now you got Forsythe in there.
Forsythe played with good job there, but the left guard also getting a good push there of the season.
6.5 minutes into the drive. Keep it on the ground. Harvey starts to stumble. Cuts to his right, taken down there by Drew Tranquil. Outside backer, gain of 1.
He wanted his team to own the loss. We got beaten all 3 phases. Let's not make excuses. Let's not talk about what could have been. We got beat 2% on Thursday night. They want to start fast, and they got an opportunity here in the red zone.
Yeah, that ended an 11-game winning streak. Snap a little low, no problem for Nix. Cuts to the outside, wide open, making the grab, and then taken down shortly after he makes the catches. Evan Ingram.
Down up.
Tyler Bidet now in the game. He's the back. 13th play of this drive. It's taken almost 8 minutes. 3rd and 6. Looking, throwing, too high and incomplete. Little Jordan Humphrey could not hang up. Sean says send in the field goal unit after a 13-play.
Outside to be able to get to the flat. That ball goes high. First ball we've seen really get away. One's on me.
27-yard attempt for Will Lutz. The kick for Sean Payton, both with the Saints. Now with the Broncos, that kick is good. Seconds, but they have to settle for 3. How about that World Series? Right? As a Dodgers 7th-round rookie out of SMU, running back as last week. And that's how Oladokun got his opportunity. Starts here with a handoff to Isaiah Pacheco for a short gain, 2nd down.
Yeah, I think for people that are seeing him for the first time, you know, some people might think he want to play well tonight for him.
2nd down and 9. Pacheco again. And Pacheco bursting forward turns a 2-yard gain into a pickup of about.
Dakota State opened up an opportunity after all that. Still got drafted in the 7th round by the Steelers.
And then cut before the season began. And this will be a first down here as Kareem Hunt picks up 5. First down, Kansas City.
And one last thing on Oladokun. When we got done with our call this week, I think all of us were kind of like, Ballman, his biggest fan out there.
From the 40-yard line. Pacheco again. Let's check in with Kaylee.
Well, guys, as Chris Oladokun was walking into the stadium today, he told me.
They're very familiar with him. Let's see how he plays tonight.
2nd down and 9. Get to throw a pass. Until now, if he gets this away, or he may just decide to keep it. Instead, he throws. Caught, staying in bounds. Xavier Worthy, nope, they're saying no. On the short.
Yeah, the right him too much. So 1-2, take off and create.
3rd down and 9. Deep drop, under pressure, launching one into no man's land. Xavier Worthy was the closest to
pressure, especially on 3rd down. Number 1 in the league because they can get pressure with just 4. Cooper on the right, Benito on the left. They do such a good job every single week. A lot this year with some of these injuries.
Yeah, apart from that, no problem.
Ho hum.
Matt arises to do the kicking here. Marvin Mims, good returner. He's back. Mims grabs at the 12. Can he find room? To the left, no. To the right, a little bit. Takes it to the 19-yard line where Denver will set up shop. Occasionally plays the role of truant officer.
Yeah, yes he does. Yes he does.
Just in case. Naughty and nice. Ball to the 19. Bo Nix rolling, throwing, and the throw is off target. He had Mims who was open. Couldn't make the grab. 2nd down.
With some pre-snap movement, he'll go up to that intermediate level. See in the flat there, he's got Franklin decides to go up and over that corner out in the flat and just throws it behind him. He's trying to bring him back away from that safety, but just brought him back to
2nd and 10. Troutman comes into the slot. RPO. He'll keep it. Nowhere to go. Forced out of bounds at the line of scrimmage by Noel Williams.
Ashton Gillette, who they think is going to be a superstar down the road, the rookie out of Louisville, did a heck of a job there holding his ground and then using great speed to force him out of bounds.
In the 4th quarter.
No shot. Been a long day already.
Tell me about it. 3rd down and 12. Chased all the way back, running for his life, throws, and it is broken up, and it is Christian Fulton. Comes away on a pass intended for Lil Jordan. And all the rest when you're out of contention. This drive starts with a run here, a 2-yard pickup for Isaiah Pacheco, 2nd down.
They're relying heavily on this offensive line. Mention of the backup tackles. You're looking at because of some of these injuries they've had, the 3rd right tackle in Godric.
2nd down, 8. Pass to the outside. 1-yard gain here for Noah Gray. Number 2 tight end P.J. Locke makes the tackle. So, Kansas City, talking about the injuries, they brought guys up from the
on this, put an X on this. And now after that sensational interception in plus territory, the young quarterback, first career start, another 3rd down. And they're coming, they're loaded up, showing pressure.
Kareem Hunt comes into the backfield. Odedokin out of the pocket, throws, caught. First down, and that is Travis Kelce in what could be.
Odedokin gets out of there. What a great job of finding 87. When in doubt, you start to scramble. How about that matchup? Travis Kelce against the defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain, from last year.
Final minute of the quarter. Odedokin stepping up. He's going to keep it. Slides to a stop at the 16. Crowd wanted a late hit, won't get it. Jade Barron is there to stop him.
He took off and got some positive yards. Last week, a disaster in the red zone area. 4 of 5 for Trevor Lawrence.
Very uncharacteristic for that Bronco defense. As Pacheco takes it to the 13, and that takes us to the second quarter on this Christmas night in Denver 3.
Again, in a heck of a matchup.
Third down and 3. They get Smith-Schuster coming to the outside. Pass is caught. Kelce, we'll see where they spot it. Very close to the first down. There's Surtain right there. Looks like they're going to call it a little bit short.
Yeah, that motion by Juju Smith-Schuster actually moves Surtain off of Kelce to create a more favorable matchup, and then they were able to at least give him a shot. They got positive yards. They got a shot here now on 4th down and short.
4th and inches. Bring in an extra eligible lineman, Hunter Norzad. 6 guys up front. 4th and inches. Ball handed to Kareem Hunt, who's been masterful throughout his career on 3rd and 4th and 1. Here he goes again for a first down. 1st and goal. Drive. Play number 8. Hunt comes back into the backfield. Rolling and losing his balance, but had the wherewithal to throw it away. Save a sack.
Don't make a bad play worse. This is an example of that. This could have been really bad. So instead, without a lot of game reps and a lot of experience over the last 4 years, he felt that pressure, tried to avoid it, couldn't do it. Heck of a job by Ellis holding his ground. And instead of taking that sack or throwing it into coverage, just threw it away. Lived for the next down.
2nd down and goal. Ball handed off on the inside. Pacheco stopped at the 5. 3rd and goal. DJ Jones made that tackle.
Yeah, if you want to watch a guy in the interior that just knows, he's able to get off of blocks and make plays as he did right there.
So now 3rd down at the moment. Now they bring Smith into the backfield. Odedokin looking, has time, throws, caught, and can he get to the goal line? He can, and in for Shard Smith. The salute from Patrick Mahomes. In they go, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
And you have crossers. Look at the linebackers, very slow in reacting. They had their eyes on those tight ends, on those mesh routes in front of them, and get eventually into the end zone.
Odedokin gets the point. Smith gets his first career touchdown. Butker now for the point after. And the Kansas City Chiefs, big underdogs early in the second quarter. Right after the play, it's our first flag of the night. So we'll hear from Bill Vinovich.
Number 76. Penalties decline. Tries good. Timeout.
All right, offsetting.
Other opportunities.
Exactly. Kickoff fielded at the 2-yard line. Tyler Gameday out past the 20, and Gameday with a good run back out to the 35-yard line.
I thought this quote was interesting from Sean Payton and talking about differently, especially at critical moments.
Well, you would think it would be the opposite. You'd think that he'd let the veteran Breeze just play and call the timeout for Nix. But it's the other way around. Now Nix, who started 6 for 6, but is now 0 for his last 3. And that is caught by Evan Ingram, tight end gain of 9.
State of mind. In a comfortable state of mind is his background, the way he played high school football. And it's very common with quarterbacks in today's. I think that's where he's trying to play to the strength of Bo Nix.
And 2, 3 minutes into the second quarter. Give it to the up back, and that will be a first down into the hands of Adam Prentice. And we go to Kaylee.
Well, guys, Bo Nix has grown in all the ways he's effective, considering they were college teammates at Oregon.
So Nix now, you saw the graphic. 10 or more wins, only the third guy in his first 2 seasons to do it. Andrew Luck, Russell Wilson, the others. And that is dropped. Incomplete, intended there for Harvey, who has 4.
Remember about Bo Nix, son of a coach. His dad, Patrick, played at Auburn himself, so he grew up. And I think that has a lot to do with all their one-possession victories this year.
A lot of them. Hand off to Harvey. And Harvey taken out of bounds shortly after he starts the run. Cook makes the tackle. And Denver was the opposite. Now Denver, the king of the comebacks and one-possession wins.
Yeah, and Denver 1-6 last year, like you said. Complete flip to the script. Now they're 10-2. I mean, 10 wins and by one possession.
5th team in history to do it. Chiefs did it last year. Again, a roll reversal. 3rd and 8 now. From the 48-yard line. Deep drop, under pressure. Throws moving forward, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Cortland Sutton.
Effort there by Sutton if he's able to bring that in.
Jeremy Crawshaw, rookie out of Florida, is the Denver punter. Rashard Smith, who scored the touchdown for KC, back to receive. He drifts over, makes the grab at the 8-yard line, and brings it back to the 17-yard line. So the Kansas City Chiefs, 10.5 to go in the open.
Looks like he's not even running a route, and he and Mahomes just had that feel.
Maybe the all-time security blanket. A lot of room here for Pacheco. And he picks up 13 around the left side. So
he said, I was chasing Super Bowl because I didn't have one. This guy's won 3, he's been to 5. What's he chasing? And in my head, I was thinking, knowing he's a guy from Ohio, he just likes to be on the field competing, loves the game.
Let's go back to what I said. What do you think?
Like I said, I think
that's dropped here every 3rd down and 10.
I think having all this,
there was some thought that maybe if they had beaten Philadelphia and won the Super Bowl, he'd walk away then. Came back this year, and now it's not the way he wants to go out. That's caught by Hollywood Brown there, short of the 4th down.
I just, obviously, but he's still all in, and that I think just as a competitor, you have to really respect that he's still in that mindset of trying to finish his season strong.
And a little emotional, more so than he would normally be after the national anthem tonight. Meanwhile, this punt, they're going to let it bounce. There's a flag as it will roll into the end zone. Put a marker down at the 16-yard line.
31. 10-yard penalty from the 20-yard line. 1st down. Timeout.
8:23 left in the opening half. We talked about that. Rolls to his right, throws, caught, short gain here. Cortland Sutton picks up about 4. Original American Football League franchises. Broncos came in 1960. Chiefs came in as the Dallas Texans with Lamar Hunt owning the team, and he was the founder of the league in 1960 as well. 3 seasons in Dallas, and then here 3 years later.
Yeah, 3 years that Sean Payton has been there. And talking to some of the folks with the Broncos, they said, people talk about him and his mind for calling plays. His secret sauce is ability to build culture and guys that fit the roster and have a role.
2nd and 6. Gain of a couple here with McLaughlin. But don't forget, you're talking about building a culture. Look what he did. What he did in New Orleans, it cannot be overstated. Katrina hits. He takes over. Breeze comes. What are they doing? And they win a Super Bowl 3 years later.
Yeah, I went to their walkthrough this morning, and it was interesting just to see the guys that weren't in, that were in the back. There were about maybe 20 to 25 skill guys. Everybody watching. Nobody BSing around in the back. Everybody intent on learning and understanding what the plan was today, especially on 3rd downs like this.
He can captivate a room. 3rd down and 3. Nick, short drop, throws, and a diving grab is made to secure the 1st down by Cortland Sutton.
Powers, who's in left guard right now.
Off the fake, rolling, looking, under pressure, and just flips that one away.
I don't think any of us can.
Touchdown underdog. 2nd and 10. Nix throws, sets up the screen. Harvey, great tackle. Bursting through there, Nick Bolton. He's done that for years.
We're able to get out in front of Harvey. So instead of having a convoy, he just had some space and eventually ran into the defense, flying to the football. They get him once again to another third down.
That's Bolton, who leads the team in tackles. Third down and 6. Nix is 10 of 16 for only 62 yards. 5.5 to go in the half. Blitz. Nix running, picks up the first down and a few more yards. Karlaftis finally makes the tackle with 5.5 to go, first down.
Situations because of fear of this. Here they're playing man-to-man. Nobody there to account for Bo Nix. I guarantee Spags, after playing all that zone and not letting him get out with his feet, you won't see much more of that on third down. He's going to have to rely on that front winning to get their pressure.
This time they send 4. Pass is caught. That'll be only a short gain there. Troy Franklin picks up a couple. Tackled by
them to protect them if they're on islands. So he's going to play a little bit more zone. And the other thing is the fear of Bo Nix pulling down and creating.
2nd and 6. McLaughlin is now the back. With a motion here, Sims makes the grab, picks up the first down. Mims steps out of bounds after picking up about 8 on the play. First down.
Yeah, good block by Luke Jordan-Humphrey. You mentioned how big he is, 6'4", 225. And then Mims, who's a great special teams guy, return man. After he motions, he comes over. And then just a little movement after he catches the ball to the outside, sets up that block right there by the big tight end, Troutman. So a good job of being just an instinctive runner out in space, sets the block up, and is able to get...
And coming across the line, Jerry Tillery. Vinovich checking, make sure he wasn't induced. Did it on his own.
Ball start. Offense number 74. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, they're going to say he was induced. Hold it on him.
Well, let's see. 74, you can just see his helmet on the inside in there. Huh. I didn't see anything.
Should have been a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
All right. Appearing from Terry McCauley, the first time tonight as Nix rolls. He's ready to launch one. Now he packs it in and runs out of bounds inside the 45.
Because of the style of defense so far from Kansas City.
2nd and 6. Play clock at 0. Little draw here. McLaughlin will set up a 3rd and short with 2.5 to go to halftime.
Yeah, they're coming to draws. It's a heck of a drive considering where this thing starts.
And he's going to let the clock run down to the 2-minute warning. So a little bit of a surprise. And 2, here's a run for a first down and more to the 24-yard line, Jaleel McLaughlin.
Boy, what a job. Remember Alex Forsythe, who's in there at center? Heck of a job. Really good blocking, able to pick this block up right here. Just pushes it, nice double team. Backer's already down, so that opens it up. And very instinctive with that backside cut to be able to pick up even more yards. So City gets the ball to start the second half. This is a big possession for Nix. And
it's the longest play of the night for either team. From the 24-yard line, Nix pumps, throws, sliding down. Does he make the grab at the 11-yard line? And they're going to call it a catch at that spot by Adam Troutman, the tight end. Great catch.
Yeah, he showed a
15-yard gain. Clock ticking to 40 now. From the 11-yard line, Nix under pressure throws, tip incomplete, and almost picked. Off the hands of Sutton.
Crosser here to Sutton. This would be one, does a good job sitting in the pocket. Just take a little something off that. I mean, that was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. If he took a little bit off of that, Sutton, who's very sure-handed.
Lineman in, Crum, 73 is eligible. Nix has to step up, keeps his eyes downfield, throws, and that's Sutton in the back of the end zone, but he's out of bounds, so it's 3rd and 10.
And they brought a corner blitz, which Spags is known for. You mentioned Noah Williams earlier in coverage. This time they brought him off the boundary where Bo Nix is. Caught Bo Nix off guard. Had to step up away from that and throw it away.
15th play of the drive. Had the ball for 8 minutes. Similar to their opening drive of the game, they had to settle for a field goal. 3rd and 10. Nix in the pocket, throws, and that is incomplete. Sutton had it for the moment, couldn't hold on, slow and rising. You got Cook and Fulton converging on the play, 4th down. He's provided the only scoring thus far tonight on a short first quarter field goal. This from 30 yards out, and that one is good with 19 seconds on the clock. 19 seconds.
Good for Garrett Bowles. What a job. 33 years old, 9th year, first time making it to the Pro Bowl. Well deserved.
Right. Out of the end zone comes Brashard Smith, who has the game's only touchdown. Brings it to the 25-yard line. Well,
not having Trent McDuffie is a big hit for them because he does so many things, but playing well, disrupting the rhythm of Bo Nix, and with that interception, it led to a short field touchdown.
Keep it on the ground. That's Kareem Hunt, and that's going to take us to halftime.
The entire AFC, home field throughout, and we're losing. Let's go.
And Kansas City will start with the ball. Smith fields at the 7. Brings it back to the 37 moments ago. Haley with Sean Payton.
And a lot of their run game. We got to rush this guy the right way. And then offensively, we're getting a lot of soft zone. I've got to do a better job of getting our run game going. So, yeah, we're looking forward to this second half.
Thanks, Sean.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Kaylee. And now Olajuwon will start from the 37-yard line. Keep it on the ground. Pacheco. You know what was interesting? What Peyton just said, they're trying to take seconds off the clock, yet Denver has had the ball over 19 minutes, and the Chiefs less than 11.
Yeah, almost a 9-minute advantage in that first half. And we talked in that first half a lot about how surprisingly Spags sitting back and playing a lot more zone. We mentioned the reasons, protecting his corners, his backup corners, and the fear of Bo Nix creating. Anxious to see what his answer to that. He mentioned running the football. See if they can get that going when they get the ball back.
2nd down and 7. Olajuwon loses the ball, picks it back up, throws, caught, and into Denver territory goes Juju Smith-Schuster for a 1st down.
Well, means magic rubbing off on number 19. This ball just falls out of his hands. You're thinking, uh-oh, just get on it. Nope, he's going to make a play. I mean, he's only thrown the football tonight 10 times, 5 completions. First career start against a team that's trying to get to the #1 seed. Calmly.
What a night for them after 4 years on the practice squad here in Kansas City. He's going to go for it all here. A flag is thrown. Will they get the interference call?
By Pat Surtain.
Spot foul. Automatic 1st down.
Just some breaks. The interception by Bolton gave him a short field. They turned that into a touchdown.
League, in terms of most penalties, Kansas City has not had a penalty accepted against them tonight. Look out, and they finally get to him. Back at the 31-yard line. It's taken down there.
Throw it away, throw it away. It's an RPO. He gets fooled. Good job by Vance Joseph on that defense, giving him a look to confuse him, made him hold the ball. And now he thinks he's got an open receiver out in the flat, but he doesn't. And, of course, tries to create. It's a strength of his, and a heck of a job there. The Denver defense getting the sticks on that 9-yard loss.
9-yard sack. So 2nd down and 19. Olajuwon throws, and behind the intended receiver to Hollywood Brown. So 3rd.
Protege and his good friend, Olajuwon. Now they get behind the sticks, which is the entire.
Which these days in the NFL is like a chip shot. 3rd down, 19.
5-man rushing, one-on-ones.
Here they come. Pass caught, and that's going to lose yardage. So the field goal attempt will be even longer. Smith-yard field goal attempt now for Harrison Butker. Snap good. Kick is long enough and good. Inside the left upright. Early will take possession. Marvin Mims back to receive the kick. Along with Tyler Bidet. Bidet out past the 20. Then gets taken out of bounds into the bench at about the 29-yard line. But first things first, Broncos try to come from behind once again this season, something they've done all year and from way back often. Start on the ground. Tackle not made, breaking it, picking up 5, R.J. Harvey.
Well, let's take it to another level. Let's take a look at our next-gen stats powered by AWS, AFC #1 seed. Current probabilities, Denver, of course, right up at the top at 42% with the game tonight. And then the Chargers game you mentioned, Al. Patriots, they're sitting here watching this game as well, hoping that Denver slips up. Because if they win their last two that they're going to be favored in, they could secure that #1 seed spot.
Jacksonville again still in the hunt as well for the top position, which is so important. You get the bye, and then 2 home games would get into the Super Bowl. Pass caught here. Sutton picks up the first down at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that's, of course, what the NFL always hopes for. But we'll get in and out of the huddle, got a little bit of tempo. We get that first down. That seems to really get us going to kind of find that rhythm.
First down from the 39. Nice run here. Pick up of close to 7 for McLaughlin. Second down.
Go back to the interview. One-on-one opportunities.
You see there 2 very long drives, not resulting in touchdowns for the Broncos. First time in over a quarter century. No gain here. R.J. Harvey. You know, Kirk, you think about the AFC Championship game.
His legs always a factor here.
Have Mims in the backfield. Nix fires, caught over the middle. That gets them into Kansas City territory.
Candy to the interior. Watch these defenders in the middle. Watch these linebackers to get concerned. And Bo Nix does a nice job of sitting in that pocket. Let those defenders get occupied with that mesh route where they set right in front of those backers. So good job of spacing and opening that up to Troutman. Bo Nix patiently waiting, trust that offensive line, and converts.
Go empty here. Nix clap with 3 seconds. Moves the head, throws, juggled, caught, first down. Evan England, but a flag is down, a rare flag.
10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down. Correction, first down.
No separation at all.
It's first down and 20 now. Nix fires, and a catch by Sutton along the sideline. Great grab by Cortland Sutton. They needed 20, and on that play he will pick up 23 on a first down.
The key.
He's over 1,000 yards now is Sutton with that catch and run. Harvey taken down. Great ankle tackle by the rookie out of Cal, Noel Williams.
Big guy, the rookie out of Cal, got off that block, makes the tackle, again gets him behind the sticks.
2nd and 15. Nix throwing, caught, Harvey breaking a tackle, cuts to the outside, taken out of bounds a few yards shy of the first down. Broke away from Chamari.
It's time to be able to look around, to be able to make the right decision. Heck of a job of protecting.
And now 3rd and 2. 5.5 left in the 3rd. To the outside. Catch juggled, caught, forward progress will get for Franklin a first down for the Denver Broncos.
We just talked about how they're doing it right at the sticks by Franklin. Troy Franklin. This time Chris Jones wins. Goes by Palczewski, but the ball gets out accurately right before he gets hit, and Franklin holds on to that. Got a little wobbly, but he held on.
Another long drive for the Broncos. These other two long drives resulted in just a couple of field goals on first down. 4-yard gain. Jaleel McLaughlin, 2nd and 6.
What a drive here, down by 4, playing for the right to win this game, to set up a big game with the Chargers, to try to win the West and win the #1 overall seed. How about this drive? Overcame a 1st and 20, overcame a 2nd and 15 on this drive alone to keep this alive. Can they finish? They need a touchdown.
A time of possession about double of the Chiefs from the 16. 2nd down, 7. Rolling, eyes downfield, flag thrown, out of bounds after a pickup of about 3. So may not be no flag. Chiefs putting up a great fight with nothing at stake for them. 3rd and 5. Nix pressured, throws, and that will be hauled in by Franklin. Here comes the down judge to say he's a little bit short of the first down. They'll spot it just inside that stripe there, just shy of the yellow.
Now, he ran this route all the way up to the 5-yard line. You know, you always want to see your receiver sit. He runs that to the 5. Look where the ball brings him all the way back.
Yep.
All the way back to the 10. He had a first down with the route, but the football brought him back.
4th and inches. Frank Crum comes in eligible. Clock is stopped with 2:53.
Timeout. Denver.
Looks like
30-second timeout.
Peyton may want to have that reviewed.
Yeah.
But that cost him a timeout, which may be significant down the line in a close game.
If they go under center, they sneak this wherever Chris.
Drive approaching the 9-minute mark. Nix keeps it, and he's able to pick up the first down. Came in over the left side there with Bowles going to the Pro Bowl. Palczewski. Play of the drive. 50th play run by the Broncos tonight. Chiefs have run 26. Nix gonna run it, and he's gonna run it into the end zone. Touchdown. Went right through Hicks at the end of the run.
That's how you win your football team over. What was it, 14 or 15 plays?
That was 14 plays, 72 yards. He's been doing a lot of that all season long. Extra point by Lutz is good. So the Broncos.
One of the top defensive coordinators in the game these last 2 years, creating as much pressure as anybody in this league. In fact, coming into tonight, 126 sacks in the last 2 years combined.
I'll try to ring that Taco Bell for you.
I kept him in business for about, I don't know, 10 or 15 years.
I'll bet you did.
Back in college days.
Touchback. And Denver on top by 3. KC takes over, starts this drive from the 35-yard line. Give the ball to Xavier Worthy, and Mr. Sertan is right there, the defensive player of the year last year. 2nd and 9. The Chiefs have gained a total of 81 yards tonight. And you got a whistle before the snap because that was Nick Benito who came across the line.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 15. Unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Pro Bowler Benito, 12.5 sacks. So 81.
Make them earn it. You don't want to give up penalties. You don't want to give up turnovers. The only time they've been able to score is with a short field that they've been able to work with.
A run here gets nothing. Well, at least they've designed a game plan for what it's worth. Not the greatest game plan we've ever seen, but it's kept them in the game.
Yeah, kept them in the game. And both teams, Oladokin behind the sticks and then create the pressure. Think about when they had a pass interference on Surtain and set up a field goal, and then the interception by Bolton that gave them the short field. Other than that, if you make them have to drive, they're not going to move the ball against this defense.
Third down 4. 18, 17, ticking down to the end of the quarter. Odedokin throws to the outside, caught, but the tackle is made as the catch is made. P.J. Locke right there taking state lines to Kansas City on the Kansas side in Wyandotte. Talk a little bit about that later. Meanwhile, the kick here will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Out to the 20. Bo Nix and company with the lead for the first time since early in the game. Start this drive. To the outside goes this pass. 7-yard gain here from Marvin Mims. Second down.
So this Denver offense tonight got to go back to 1999. I was going to ask you, who was the Denver quarterback in 1999 who pulled that off?
Brian Greasy, right? There you go. The year after Elway retired.
Nailed it.
Pass is incomplete.
I was thinking Bubby Bristol.
No.
But he was on the wrong. He was.
Third down 4. Got to get to the 30. Nix throws, and that's good enough for the first down as he goes to Michael Bandy.
There with Bo Nix and Bandy, who had Packers a couple weeks ago.
Come up in the pistol and hand the ball off to Harvey, the rookie, out to the 35-yard line. He goes gain of 3.
You know, the reason and isn't worried about, you know, the adjustments he mentioned with Kaylee. Listen, we can't get the ball thrown downfield tonight against this style of defense that Spags is playing. We'll see if that changes. Short passing game.
A penny for Travis Kelce's thoughts after that shot. Maybe a little bit more than a penny. 2nd and 7. To the right side. And a gain of only a couple for McLaughlin. Another big third down. So 251 yards for Denver. 79. Not that Spagnuolo needs to have his resume burnished any further, but I mean, think about what he's done tonight with a makeshift defense, in effect. You know, It's got some regulars.
Their go-to guy. He's up at the top here on third down.
Troutman comes in, says, "What's that call?" 3rd and 4. Nix under pressure, and he's going to be sacked back at the 31-yard line. Chris Jones. Jeremy Crawshaw. Second punt of the night. His first was good for 45 yards. Rashard Smith sets up at his own 15. Line drive boot to the 11-yard line. Smith. Out past the 20. Good run back. Smith down the sideline. Rashard Smith to the 44 of the Broncos. He wanted it right away and hopes to be back by the beginning of next season. Meanwhile, under pressure, avoiding the sack. Odedokin throws. Caught! That's going to be close to a first down. Juju Smith-Schuster on 3. Gain of 9.5. 2nd and inches. They give it to Hunt. And per usual, he picks up the first down. Gets it to the 31-yard line. Already, obviously, in field goal range right now. 10 minutes to play.
Chiefs, no for years, out here trying to pull this off.
First time playing spoiler. Mentioned before, 2012, pre-Andy Reid. Keep it on the ground. Gain of 1 or so. Kareem Hunt, who led the league in rushing as a Chief back in 2017, went away. And now he's back.
Got low there. Pacheco step back into the game. Their opportunities have come again from an interception by Bolton, which gave them that by Smith, sets them up again in favorable field position to see if they can once again try to capitalize. That's the only way to do it.
Totally. 2nd and 9. Extra pressure. Batted away. Odedokin has that one slammed away. It'll be
so sudden. He's so quick. And this time just does a good job of just getting his arms up. He's not able to come up with some sacks tonight.
Choices. They got Benito in the 2nd round. 3rd down and 9. That pass is caught. Any room to roam? Not much. To the 29-yard line goes Rashard Smith. to tie the game.
Well, that scramble that he had, it looked like
Earlier from 53 out. For the tie. And the kick hooks in good to tie us at 13 with 8:03 left in. And the Broncos heavily favored tonight. They have their hands full. Touchback. Back in 30. And I'm going to blow you away in a minute because I know you don't know who founded the Denver Broncos. The 35-yard line, they start this drive here with Nix. Throwing, caught. This will be about a 7-yard game.
I take great offense to that. Of course, I have no idea. No shot.
The man's name to the Cincinnati Reds.
Built a Big Red Machine.
He was in the middle of the whole Big Red Machine dynasty, 11 years.
Oh my God!
As a Reds fan.
That? Thank you for that.
He made the trade for Joe Morgan. He made the trade for George Foster.
Enough said.
A couple of World Series. A little shy of the first down here is Harvey. Of course, when the Broncos came in, they were the ragamuffins of the American Football League for years. They went 17 seasons without winning a division title. Then they won a division title, went to the Super Bowl. Orange truck.
Drew Hill, Tony Pearson. Yep. Third down.
3rd and 1. Under 7 to play now. Can they get that yard? Harvey, he can. Breaking through would-be tacklers, picks up the first down, several more yardage along the way.
And they brought Frank Crum in as an extra offensive lineman. They go heavy on the right side. So you're thinking, look at the Kansas City defense, they're going to run right. Nope. Good job, nice little brinkle there. Break that tendency, go the other way. Catch Kansas City maybe napping on that backside, but everybody expected them with that big, heavy jumbo look to the right. And there's Harvey. Again, low center of gravity. Games and finding ways to win in the 4th quarter.
Won most of them. Pass is incomplete along the sideline. Sutton is there, covered well that time by Chris. Nix, 22 of 33, throws incomplete. Too high, too tall for Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Now, Spags has only blitzed 5 times on the night. You think of Spags, you'd think of 5 times in the opening series. But he has decided to make Denver be patient, make bone.
3rd and 10. Extra man comes. Nix fires wide open, making the grab. First down inside the 30-yard line. Lil Jordan Humphrey, who started the season with the Giants, gain of 7. 5 minutes to the end of regulation. Plowing ahead. R.J. Harvey picking up about 6, 2nd and 4. Now for Denver at the 22. Harvey, first down. You can use that clock as well here, under 4.5 now.
Now, something to think about. Denver 1 of 3 in the red zone tonight.
So you saw Bolton coming back in. Kelsey very pensive for the moment. On the home front, well, he'd love to have an opportunity to play hero at the end.
Denver.
So that's their
32nd timeout.
Their second. Remember, they had to take one earlier when they thought about challenging a spot, so they're down to 1.
He's frustrated there because of miscommunication.
Of course, 5280 is the altitude. I mean, it's one thing to wear it at home. I mean, on the road, Kansas City goes, what do we care?
Right, exactly. I do find it interesting as we're in such a close game, and the fact that entering this season, Kansas City, they were the masters in the 1-score games. 17 straight wins in 1-score games, and this year they're 1-7. On the other hand, last year 1-6 in these 1-score games, and of course this year 10-2. So when you win that many games for Denver, there's a belief, there's a poise, there's a calmness that we've been here. We're going to be able to find a way to win this.
33 in the 4th. First down now from the 17-yard line. To the outside, pass is made, tackle is also made very quickly. Got it to Mims, tackled there by Noel Williams. Loss of yardage on the play, loss of 3. 2nd and 13 upcoming.
And that's just doing your home now, are already getting outside leverage against Humphrey. He saw the formation, he anticipated a quick throw coming, and he knew his job was to get upfield, get off the block, keep that outside arm free, and force the ball back to the inside to the teeth of that deep.
13. Clock ticking down to 3. Nix escapes, signals, keeps it, and then Bolton is there to make the tackle inside the 15-yard line. Clock keeps running.
Minute warning.
Milking the clock on this. Another long drive. The 4th of the night. 2.5 to go. 3rd and 5. Gameday is the back. He flares out. Nix throws over the middle. Caught, but the tackle is made there on Evan Ingram by Bolton. Now you got a 4th down 1.
I mean, does Bolton really represent the Chiefs' effort tonight? Goes out with an
end up in the backfield, and now you got.
They got him to jump.
Denver's saying Kansas City jump first. Here comes the call from Vinovich, of all people. And now on top of this, they can make Kansas City use all of its timeouts.
Yep.
So Harvey is now the back, the conventional back. Give it to him, and takes it to the 1-yard line. It almost behooves Kansas City for them to give up the touchdown here. At least try to get the ball back. 2nd and goal.
30-second
timeout taken by Kansas City. Back.
Time and don't play games. I think you got to get it into the end zone.
Let's see what they do here. And moving ahead is Adam Prentice, and he is stop shy. So that compels Kansas City to take another timeout. With 1:49.
30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 1:50, please.
See Jones in there trying to make up for that offside. You see him, instead of going underneath, he's able to go over the top and still be able to create that wall with the rest of that defensive line. Linebackers keep him short.
10-2 in one possession games, 6-1 in games decided by 3 or fewer points. Again, just the reverse all night long, a total of 95 yards. This is the 14th play of this drive. Nix is rolling. Nix will throw, and it's caught for the touchdown by R.J. Harvey. Takes them 14 plays to go from their own 35.
Job by R.J. Harvey. And he does that here because Brian Cook chases him. Brian Cook, the safety 6, is with him. See out there to the right? In pretty good position, but watch Harvey's reaction. Boom, just moves just enough. Lets the safety Cook go by him. And a good job by Bo Nix, keeping his eyes right where they needed to be to make the...
Lutz to make it a 7-point game. He does. So now, all things, you're right. Now Kansas City has to go all the way. 5. KC has 1 timeout.
I would kick this out of the end zone and take the threat of the big return away.
And that seems to be what they will do.
Remember, Smith went 44 yards on a punt return. The only way these guys are going to score.
Oladokin. Can he work a mini miracle? Now you give it to Kelsey. It's only his 3rd grab of the night. He picks up 5 up to the 40.
And Andy Reid will hold on to that last.
2nd and 6. Another pass to Kelsey. Back to back. He can't get the first down though. He stopped at the 44. 3rd and 1, and timeout is taken. They're final by Kansas City. Timeouts. On the ground. Pick up the first. Kareem Hunt to the 42-yard line. Clock keeps rolling. Get it to the line of scrimmage.
Remember, Oladokin, this guy's not taking a lot of reps the last 4 years. He's in a practice squad guy. He's gotten a lot of mental reps, but now he's out here We got a Denver player down that actually will stop the clock. I believe Kelsey will be your underneath kind of that check down safety valve. But can Worthy or Brown or Juju Smith-Schuster
from the 42. Hunt in motion. Stops in the slot. Steps up, throws, caught. Kelsey to the 28-yard line. He had 2 catches until this drive. He's caught 3 on the gain of 14. Here he goes to the 20-yard line.
You got to fire this now. Kill the clock. Fire it.
Second down. Get up to the line of scrimmage. Clock it, which he does. 25 seconds. Well, who would have expected this?
How about the play to Kelsey?
First things first. 3rd and 3. Kelsey in the slot. Now you've got a delay of game. Andy Reid, Matt Nagy getting together. 6. Kelsey 3 catches for 23 on this drive alone. Rush 4. Backpedals. Throws. Incomplete at the 6. Crowd wants a flag. They're praying for
the outstretched fingertips.
Back into the backfield. Rush 4. Odedokin throws to the end zone. Too high and incomplete.
Which created some one-on-one opportunities. And there's McMillan against Hollywood Brown. And the ball, once he throws it to him, it's late over the middle. Tough to be able to get that in over top of McMillan with the ball being late like that. Just over the hands of Hollywood Brown. Here's that matchup with Surtain on 3rd down. How close this was.
Not to be.
Nope.
Producer, we thank Mark. Great work as always. Pierre Musa directing. My guys, Malibu, Kelly Hayes, George Hill. You got
Darren Brown, Tony Granieri. Appreciate everybody helping us out. What a great year.
Great year. We're back for a wild card game on the weekend of January 10th and 11th. So give the Kansas City Chiefs